Hey everybody, it's your favorite entrepreneur, Mr. Corey Grant here, and today I just want to come to you and I want to say the scam is finally exposed and I'm truly sorry. For years, people have said, is this a scam? Is this one of those things? Is it a pyramid? Yada, yada, yada. Um, you know, I think everybody, including myself, in their enthusiasm, has ignored the signs. We've been bought off, paid off, and ignored the signs. But today, I wanna come to you and I want to explain some things and say I'm sorry. All right. First and foremost, I always get asked the question: is this a scam? Right? It's too good to be true. Is this one of those pyramids? Um, and frankly, none of us ever asked our employer, is this a good place to work? Right? Is this a scam? We didn't, right? We never asked them, is it a pyramid? Even though we know there's one CEO, there's two, maybe three vice presidents, I don't know, 7 or 8 regional vice presidents, maybe a couple of hundred store managers, and thousands of regular hardworking people out there supporting that organization and producing the widgets, selling the clothes, selling the furniture, whatever it is that place that you work produces, knowing full well that you will never be a regional vice president, knowing full well that you will never be a VP, and knowing for sure you will never be the CEO of that company, right? If you're lucky, maybe someday you become store manager, maybe, right? But very few people ever get the C suite and become a vice president, a CEO, or a regional vice president. So none of us ever asked that, right? Um, you never ask them how much do they make, but you feel free to ask me all the time, hey, how much you making, right? You never ask them how much you would make. You heard that they were paying $10 an hour and you raced down there to fill out a job application. But even though you got hired, you never asked them how much you'd make, right? You got the $10 an hour, but unfortunately, your manager doesn't put you on the schedule enough. So maybe you only get 40 hours of pay period, right? That's $400 per paycheck. 800 if you're lucky, $1,000 a month, right? And so you're constantly competing to get more hours. But you didn't ask before you got hired, hey, how much am I going to make? Right? You only knew what they were paying. All right, so that's a couple of things about the scam that you probably didn't expect, but that's not it, right? Um, let's see, what else do I got here? You didn't ask them how long it was going to take you to make vice president, right? Or regional vice president, or store manager. You didn't ask your employer when you'd be eligible for the company car, right? How many people in your company have a company car? But you didn't ask them how long before I get a company car. You definitely didn't tell your employer you don't like selling stuff, right? Whatever they tell you to do, you go out there and do it. So if somebody didn't show up today and they need more people on the sales floor to go out and explain, whatever the items are that they produce or whatever they sell, you go out there and you gladly sell them, ring them up, take the returns, deal with customer service. You do it each and every day, right? Um, you definitely didn't ask your employer how many days you'd be able to take off, right? You heard about the benefits package, but when you need to take the day off, is that employer going to always give you the day off that you need? When you're sick, when your kid's sick, when your parent's sick, when your kid finally gets to that point that they need to go to college and you need to take a few school tours and you need to take off a couple of days every week for the next month? You didn't ask them, will you let me take off anytime I want to take off? No, if you're on the schedule, you better be there or you won't have a job. Um, You didn't ask them why I have to pay a startup fee or a monthly fee, right? Now you said it's a job, so I didn't have to pay a startup fee. Well, check this. Some jobs, maybe not the one you're in, but we're just keeping it 100, and I want you to think open-mindedly about this. Some jobs, you've got to buy a uniform, right? You've got to wear khaki pants or black pants or certain kinds of shoes or whatever accessories that they need you so that you look uniform to everybody else in the store or in the warehouse or in the wherever. Some places may give you that stuff. Some places tell you got to buy your own startup stuff, right? Or you got to pay for your drug test before they bring you on board, right? That is a startup cost. Whether you look at it that way or not, you're paying money out of pocket to get started. Why I got to pay a monthly fee? One, we're a business. Every business has a monthly fee. So when you're going to work, let's just say at your part-time job, and we go back to you're making $400 a paycheck. But every month you got to buy gas for your car, bus fare if you take the bus, metro fare if you take the subway, parking fees depending on where you live. But here in the Washington, D.C. area, you pay to park damn near everywhere. Parking fees. You're going to have to eat, right? So you're going to spend, out of your $400, you're going to spend money on gas, parking fees. You're going to be hungry when you get your lunch break, right? So you get your break, you're going to eat. Whatever. You're going to go next door to the McDonald's, to the Wendy's, to the whatever's nearby for your 30-minute break. So you got to go whatever's close to get you something to eat. Nowadays, that's going to cost you probably $8 to $10 a day, right? You're going to get you something to drink. You're going to end up spending maybe $12 a day just eating, drinking, and trying to make it through the day. Now remember, you're only making $40 a day because you're getting 4 hours at $10 an hour. You're going to spend 10 to 12 of it. So you're already down to about $28 a day, and we haven't even paid taxes yet. Okay? So there's a monthly fee for you to go to work, regardless of where you're working. All right? I need you to understand that. Don't get caught up in the, I have a job and you guys are making me pay to do something every month. All right. Let's see. Training, right? You didn't ask them, are they going to provide you the training that you're going to need, right? So that you can elevate to be store manager or regional manager or vice president or CEO someday. You didn't ask them that. You didn't ask if they were going to provide training so that if your job is sales based, you become the best salesperson selling cars, furniture, mattresses, whatever it is. No, they throw you out there on the showroom floor and they expect you to sell as much of their stuff as you can get out the door. And if you don't hack it, guess what? They get rid of you and they hire another few people every week. And for those of you in sales, feel free to write down in the comments whether I'm telling the truth or not. It is what it is. It's a cutthroat business. What I'm offering you is the opportunity to start your own business, set your own hours, work when you want to work, and make as much money as you want to make, assuming you put in the effort, right? But everybody gets so caught up in that quote-unquote guaranteed check that they don't realize how much of that money actually goes out the door versus going into their pocket. It's not as much as you think for the lack of freedom you get. Now, here's the biggest part of the scam whatsoever. If you can imagine this, you're going to work for this company, if you're lucky, 30, 40 years. If you cannot survive on what they're paying you today, when you retire, you're going to get about 30% of that. That's the biggest scam that they've baited you into for essentially one half to, 60, 70% of your life, right? Because by the time you retire, you're in your 50s or 60s. Not all of us live to be 100, right? So you've used up the majority of your good years helping another person live a fabulous life, be rich, be wealthy, while you struggle, fight, and scrimp to get hours just so that you can beg for a few days off every now and then to take a vacation. If you don't think this is a scam that we've all been suckered into and haven't had the open-mindedness yet to understand what they're doing, which is any employer, and I want you to think about this, regardless of my business opportunity, any employer is only going to pay you enough not to quit, right? Your employer could pay you $100,000 But if he can get away with paying you $50,000, he'll pay you $50,000 because he knows you won't quit at 50. Maybe you look for another job at 45, but if he figures you can stay for years and years and years at 50, he'll give you 50, then he'll give you 52, and then he'll give you 55. When you retire, you think I'm living a fabulous life because I'm making $70,000. But when you retire, you're only going to live on about, I don't know, 25,000. And if you can't live on 75, because if you're making 75, you're probably living like you earn 100. You're not going to live on 25. At some point, you got to make the decision that you're going to change your mindset and you're going to do whatever it takes so that you can secure your financial future and not put it in the hands of other people. Hey, with that, I just want to say, look, I'm sorry we've all fell into that scam of working for somebody else for 30, 40 years, and then one day we're going to wake up and we're going to realize that we're only going to get 30% of that to live the rest of our lives on. It's a scam, man. Don't fall for it. Give me a call, inbox me, text me. Let's just talk about what you can do to change your financial future. You don't have to join my business. You don't have to join my team. But I need you to understand that you're not going to retire with the money that you're making today, especially if you can't get by on that. Hey, with that, again, I'm sorry. I hope you guys are having a great day. And if there's anything I can do to help you understand how these things work, message me. Take care.